Right, we're starting out laying down today, so we can just relax the whole back body downward. Okay, and sometimes when you first lay down, especially at the end of the day, it's really nice to just fidget, kind of rock and roll around until you find just the right spot. So I encourage fidgeting, functional fidgeting. And let's just find a nice, still place to breathe, to focus on. Big breath, slow breath. Give your body time to just soften and give in to gravity. It takes a little bit of time. We'll start to stretch the breath out. Let's see if we can make it a second longer for these next few breaths. Second longer on the inhale and on the exhale. And finding some nice expansion across the belly, the chest, also the back and sides of the body. Now that we've been here for a moment, really scan your body from the top of your head to the top tips of your toes. Notice everything. Notice where you feel maybe tension, maybe soreness, maybe just general feeling of stuckness. Some places just feel stuck sometimes. Notice also the places in your body that feel strong and open and healthy and mobile. And breathe equally into both. Front, back, left, right. Tense, relaxed. All the parts equally relaxing down toward the floor. Take a little time to watch your thoughts too. Notice with compassionate amusement how your mind is always moving, always reaching out into the past to say, look at this, what about this? This happened, let's think about this. We notice the mind doing that. We notice the mind reaching little tentacles into the imaginary future as well. The mind is always preparing you for what's next, and that's okay. Observe that. Let's notice that. As we observe the thoughts and see the mind as an organ, as a component of this whole body that we have, this whole self, then we can be free of that past and present. We can be really present now. And allow yourself to sink into the sensations that are happening right now. Everything you hear and feel. Even that specific color of gray behind your eyelids. What does that look like? Experience this moment. And keep your big breath. Let's stretch. Okay, reach your arms out long overhead. Reach your toes away from your fingers. Get as long as you can be. Now let's stretch out a little bit more through the right side. So right side reaches out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit of contraction in the left side. Pulling that belly button down so the low back doesn't pop up too much. Let's switch sides. Let's get a little bit longer in the left side. Maybe the right side contracts a little bit. Belly button pulls down. And let's bring it back through center. Inhale here, get super long. And with your exhale, pull your knees in, grab for your shins. Forehead moves to knees. Let's inhale, get really long here. And exhale, pull it in. Curl yourself into a tiny ball. Again, inhale to be very long. And exhale, pull it in. Nice. From here, just tuck your hands behind your knees and rock yourself up and down a few times, okay? Little back massage from the mat. Sometimes it helps to take your feet a little wider when you do this, just to make it a little more stable. Okay, maybe one more time. Should feel nice. All right, next time you come on up, let's point all our toes out to the right, and I'll turn to face you so that my words make more sense. So we'll point the right toes directly behind us. Right knee points forward. Left toes tickle the right knee. And so your legs thus arranged, when you look at them, make a nice little triangle shape. Okay, let's drop the left hand over here on the left. Lifting your hips, inhale here. Sweep that right arm overhead. So make a big open space in the right side of your body. And exhale to bring it down. This time keep your hips down. Left arm, inhale overhead. Exhale to bring it down. Let's take a few more like this, nice and slow. Maybe close your eyes. Okay, maybe just becoming super aware of your side body here. Okay, opening your armpits wide. Finding some big relief in your low back, perhaps even. All right, next time you come down, pause here. Okay, here's what will change. Let's pick up this right leg and swing it around to the other side of the left leg. You can set the right foot down on the outside of the left knee, and you might need to move your left foot away a little bit so that you can sit your right hip down and sit equally into both your feet. And now we have this nice little seated twist, and with our fingers interlaced around that right knee, okay, just gonna hug your knee in towards your heart. So take some time here. We have time. Okay, maybe sit up a little taller if that's possible and pull the knee a little closer. Hopefully feeling the outer edge of that right leg opening up a little bit. And it's possible that this is feeling a little bit more open now, and you can take that left hand to the outside of that right leg, right fingers behind you. We have a long spine here, fingers pushing the floor down. Right, with each exhale, think of twisting from your belly button up, pulling that belly button back to your spine. Let's take a few more nice breaths here in this twist. If you'd like a little more for your next few breaths here, you can go more deeply into this twist by taking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and gently pressing against that knee as you deepen the twist. Remember, your long spine is crucial for your twist, and so is the deep exhale. As you're ready, spiral yourself out of that. And let's take the right leg out, straight out in front of you. So let's stick it out there. We'll turn. Okay, right leg is straight out in front. And we want a nice little flex in the back of the right knee and a very good flex in the right foot. So if you feel too much in your right hamstring with the knee extended, bend it a little more. Even if you can fully extend your knee, keep a little tiny bend in it so that there's more action in your muscles and not just collapsing in the joint. So fingers around that right leg. We'll have a long spine. Inhale here. With your exhale, just think of moving your heart towards your right big toe. Okay? Feel free to kick down on that right heel as you do that to feel more opening in the back of the right leg. Let's do that again. Inhale, long spine, come up. And exhale, heart moves toward the toes. One more time, just like that. Big breath in, roll it up. And big exhale, heart moves toward the toes. Let's pause here. So feel free to keep hands under shoulders. Alrighty. Maybe your elbows come down. But do keep your long spine, okay? If you feel really limited here, like you just can't relax into the posture, bend your right knee even more, okay? I'm showing you what that might look like. It's just a little nicer. Feel free to drop your head, but keep your neck long, please. Okay, one more big breath in here. And as you're ready, roll yourself up and out of this. And if you straighten out your left leg now, leaning back on your hands, you can point all your toes out to the left. And we will have magically switched sides. So here we are. Find your seat. Okay, your left hip may not come all the way to the floor. No problem. Left toes point back. Right toes to go left knee. You make a little triangle with your legs. So here we go. Right hand down, hips come up as the left arm sweeps overhead. Inhale, big space in the left side. You feel that? And exhale, bring it down. Right arm, hips stay down. Inhale, right hand reaches. Exhale, bring it down. Okay, keep going just like this. Maybe close your eyes. Feel that big side body expansion. Maybe 2 more times on each side. All right, next time you are down, let's stay down and transition this posture to a little seated twist. So all we have to do that is just pick up this left foot and bring it to the other side of the right knee. And we'll put the foot on the ground. We might scooch it back a little bit, and we probably will need to move the right heel a little bit away to get that left glute on the floor. So make sure that left glute comes down. And then with your fingers interlaced, you can draw your left knee toward your heart. A long spine here. Okay, really just establishing that long spine before we even begin to twist. because it really is important. We would never want to twist a spine that was being compressed and crunched and curved. Okay, once you're ready to twist, the right arm can just hold the left leg, left hand behind. Push the floor with your left hand, so get a little long in the spine and look over that left shoulder. Okay, remember your long spine inhales. Belly button to spine, exhales. If it's appropriate for you and your spine today, take that right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Make sure to ground the left hip and deepen your twist here. As you're ready, uncurl from that. And now we'll take the left leg all the way out. Long in front. Okay, so stick the left leg out in front. You can keep the right heel pulled in, just on the floor. Fingers down around that left leg. And remember to flex the left foot, really strong flex in the ankle, please. And then make a little flex in your knee if you feel fine in your hamstring, and a big flex in your knee if your hamstring is tight or you feel limited. Okay, don't want to feel limited. So let's do some breath. We have a long spine inhale up, and we have a big fold exhale down. Heart moves forward. Think of hinging at your hips. A couple more times. Long spine inhale. Exhale, heart moves forward. Again, bring it up. And bring it down. Looking for a really nice feeling in the back of the left leg. No pain. Let's do it one more time. Come on up. And now let's sink down into this fold and hold and breathe. Okay. Maybe hands are under your shoulders, maybe elbows. Bend that left knee more if you feel like you're just not comfortable, it's just not quite happening. Okay, no problem, always modify. But please resist the temptation to grab and pull. I want this fold to be an intrinsic fold that comes from your own inner strength and not anything that's outwardly, no outward pull, please. Drop your head if you want, but keep the neck long. Once you're ready, we'll walk ourselves up out of this. Come on up. Find an easy pose, okay? Sukhasana. If you take your right heel and tuck it close in by your hips, okay? Even turning the top of the foot onto the floor if that's comfortable and accessible for you. You can pull the left foot in and tuck that heel right next to your right one. So your ankles are very close. Your hips should be open and easy. And we'll just find a long spine. Okay, equal weight in your sitting bones. So maybe rock back a little bit on them. Find they're equally weighted. Okay, pull the belly button back and point the tailbone a little bit forward. So you're almost kind of rocking back into your center of gravity here. Feel your spine rising up nice and long out of your pelvis. Feel the shoulder girdle settling heavily down the back. Heart lifting up in front. And a slight tuck in your chin. And then grabbing onto your knees, a little gentle grip on your knees. Just like we were doing cat-cows on hands and knees and flexing and extending the spine. Let's try that now. So with your hands, think of pulling your big heart forward, extending your upper spine. Now this may not be a huge movement, and you might look up if you want. With your exhale, round your spine. Okay. Think of tucking your chin and pulling your belly button back. Notice how your tailbone is pointing forward now. Inhale here. Think of pointing your tailbone back. Lift the heart. So feel that wave moving up your spine. Tailbone points forward as you exhale and round the spine. So can we just take a few more like this, finding that wavy movement? All right, maybe two more. Some nice mobility in your spine. Feels good. One more, just like that. Nice, go ahead and let it go. Feels good to extend the spine and kind of open up all that chest space. Let's get our legs back out front, okay? And if you come long ways on the mat, just shake it out. Might get some cracks and popples. Go ahead and drop your fingers behind you. Fingers pointing back in towards your hips and your palms are down. And we can drop onto elbows from here. And keep a little bend in your knees. And we'll just open up the front body a little bit more, kind of extending the upper spine. So we're going to use our shoulder blades here as a tool. Pull together your incredibly big, strong shoulder blades. See if you can join them at their inner edge. Just feel that. And then lift your heart up toward the ceiling. Okay, so your shoulder blades are scooping your heart and serving it upward. So let's pause here and just breathe and see how we feel about it. Remember to keep your shoulder blades moving inward, both of them. And remember to keep a slight tuck in your chin. So we don't ever want to let the chin just blast open to the ceiling, okay? It might feel good to drop your head, but only if that's appropriate. If you're wondering how to tell how much is too much extension in your cervical spine, so how much is too much to let your neck fall open, you should always be able to talk. So that's a good test. Try talking now. If you can't, pull your chin back in. Maybe one more big breath in here. And as you're ready to come out, pull your chin back into your chest. Press yourself back up to a seat. And if you put your feet together and drop your knees out wide, then we'll be in a little butterfly posture. So your feet are together. Keep in mind that the closer you bring your feet in towards your hips, the more pressure will be on your knees. So use that to guide you for where you place your feet. Other than that, it's really up to you. Okay. And we'll just rest hands on ankles. And maybe rest your elbows on your knees. And start to move your heart towards your big toes. So we'll just breathe in this posture for a few moments. We're not in any kind of hurry. And you have plenty of time. So I want to invite you to close your eyes here and get comfortable. With each inhale, find that your spine is very long and very soft. With each exhale, perhaps your heart just moves a little closer to your toes. But that's just really, just kind of naturally gravity pulling you down. Maybe close your eyes here. Let's take 5 or 6 more long, slow breaths right here. Eventually, you might find that your elbows will just naturally want to come to the floor if your shoulders are out there by your ankles. And something else you might play with is having your fingers way out in front of you, like little spiders. You can actually press into your fingers and move your hips a little more back, and that might feel good in your low back. And then for some people, but not all people by any means, for some people it's natural just to let the head rest on the feet. But don't feel like that's something you have to get to. There's really no goal here. Notice how slow your breath is. Notice the sensation of opening in your low back. Right, as you're ready, walk your hands back up and in. And if you pick up your knees and put them back together, we'll come all the way back down on the mat. Take some windshield wipers here, just kind of shaking out your hips. Noticing sensations in the low back, hips, hamstrings. The next time your knees point up, let's pause there. And we'll just pick up the right foot and stack it on top of the left knee. And you can think of letting the right knee just fall, just with gravity. Just move it away from your nose. And we'll take a little time here, just thinking of pressing the right knee away. So notice sensations in inner and outer hip. And then could we crystallize this figure 4 arrangement that we have with the legs as we move them around through space? The best way that I've found to hold this shape is to really put a nice flex in the right ankle and to keep the right knee pressing away. Okay, it doesn't have to be any crazy strength, just keep a gentle activity of the right knee pressing away. And if you take your arms out wide, then you'll be a little bit stabilized as you begin to twist. So keep your figure 4 shape as we drop the knees from side to side. So take them to one side, take them to the other. Okay, but always the right knee remains pressing away. Find this gentle twist moving up through your low back. All right, as you're ready, next time your legs drop to the right, let's pause there and let them be. We'll only really change one thing, and that's just that we'll move the left foot to the left until the legs come low. And you decide how low you want them to go. Okay, you may activate them downward, or you might just let gravity naturally pull them and just let them stay right there. So look away from the knees. Let's take a few breaths here. Let's bring the legs through center now, but could you keep them in the figure 4 shape, please, as you drop them to the left? Let's pause here. So try to get your right foot on the ground over there, on the other side of the left leg. If it doesn't get down, no problem. Just hook it or set it on your left thigh, but try to get it as low as you can and continue to press the right knee away. So allow that right hip to open up. Okay, nice opening. We'll spend a little bit more time here, and I'll give you some options to either stay here or take it a little bit more deep if you like. If this is enough, don't change a thing. Just keep breathing here. It's a great posture for opening up that right hip, okay? If you want more, you have two options, which you can use separately or together. Option A is to slide your right heel up closer to your left hip. Again, try to get it on the floor if you can, and continue to press the right knee away. Okay, a lot deeper. Even more, you want more, you can move that left knee closer to your left shoulder. So you send that left knee up. Keep pressing that right knee away. Maybe 2 more breaths here. Last breath. As you're ready, rock your figure 4 legs back through center. And from here, we'll cross the right leg all the way over the left. Take the legs now all the way to the right. The right hand can grab a leg, and we're looking over to the left. So big breath here. All right, just keeping this twist going. You have the option to cross your ankles here if that feels all right for you, but still right knee over left. Okay, keep them crossed just like they are. Just bring them through center. One more time, all the way over to the left. Okay, over there, maybe the left hand grabs a knee. Looking to the right. Remember, for your twists, we have a long spine inhale. Strong belly button to spine exhale. And that's where the power for your twist really comes from, is with your exhale. Okay, as you're ready, let's rock this through center. Untangle your legs and go ahead and shake your legs out in the air. And then if you just drop your feet, we can switch sides. We'll take the left ankle to the top of the right knee and let the left knee drop away. Okay, if you keep that really strong left ankle flex, you should be good to have it hooked on the knee. Okay, and we'll just experiment. Just notice how the left hip feels. How's the left hip doing today? So now that we've been here for a moment, let's start to move this figure 4 shape through a twist. So remember to keep it nice and crystallized by keeping the left knee pressing away. And we'll start to drop the legs side to side. So find some nice rotation through your low back. A great massage for your glutes and your hips as well. You might get some little crackles and pops and adjustments. In general, those are good as long as they don't hurt. All right, so next time your legs move out to the left. Let's pause there. Okay, just shimmy the right leg to the right until you feel the perfect amount of opening for inner and outer hip. Okay, right and left, inner and outer. Possibly activate the knees downward if you want more. Possibly don't activate the knees. Just let gravity take them down if you want less. So as with just about everything I present to you, you can kind of choose your energy level and your activity level. Should be feeling nice opening on the right outer hip here. And then as you're ready, let's roll this back through center. Okay, find that figure 4 shape again, and we're dropping the legs to the right. So here we are. Okay, trying to get that left foot on the floor. No worries if it doesn't come all the way down. You can just hook it or set it on the right thigh if that's kind of where you are with this left hip. If you can get the foot down, awesome. Let's look to the left and just breathe in this twist. All right, once you feel settled in, continue to press the left knee away. So you want to keep that moving away action, okay? If you're fine here, just stay here, okay? We'll run through our options to take this into a deeper hip opening. So if you want to slide your left heel closer to your right hip and press away, you'll get a little more. You can do that by itself, or you can add moving the right knee closer to your right shoulder and continuing to press the left knee away. So let's take a few breaths wherever you are. One more breath. And let's bring it back into center. Let's get all the legs up in the air. Circle out the ankles. And then if you reach your hands between your knees, you can grab the top of each shin, okay, from the inside with each hand. So just grab your shin from the inside and allow the weight, the natural weight of your arms as you relax your body to kind of pull the knees downward. And you can start to rock side to side here a little bit. And feel how the legs are just naturally drawing downward. You feel that inner thigh opening. And so you can kind of play around with also pressing your forearms against your inner thigh and deepening that opening, if that's appropriate for your hips. Okay, let's also begin to think about grounding the shoulder blades. So you'll notice the shoulder blades are especially buoyant in this posture. So let's make them especially grounded. If everything's going great, you can walk your hands up to your ankles, the outsides of your feet, or maybe wrapping your thumb and bunny finger around your big toes. But no matter what you've chosen, drop the knees, drop the shoulder blades, and think of lifting your feet. Take a little time here, maybe rocking. And then if you like, you can play around with extending one knee and flexing the other a little bit more. So maybe finding some extra space in the back of each leg. Take turns going side to side. Should always feel good, no pain. Okay, maybe now that you've experimented with flexing one and extending the other, try extending both knees at the same time. Maybe they don't extend fully, okay? Maybe they just extend partially and you keep grounding those shoulder blades. Maybe one more big breath in here in your big extended happy baby pose. And then as you're ready, release your legs. Take them out long on the mat. And find your resting posture. Allow your body to relax and your breath to be soft. Let your face be as soft as possible, especially your jaw. Notice all the places that you feel the most from your practice. And focus your awareness there. Use your imagination. Breathe into and out of those places that you feel the most. Find a sense of spaciousness and warmth. Please keep resting as long as you can. Thank you so much for joining me.